Hey y'all, it's Stephen Van Kampen-Lewis, and today is Saturday here at the AOS members meeting. And what I'm going to do, this is sort of just before things open up, so it's still calm, and I should be able to walk through some of the vendors' booths and just quickly talk to them a little bit about what plants they have and what they're doing. And anyway, let's get started. The parking lot, I'm looking at it now, and it's starting to fill up, so it's going to get crazy soon. So as you walk in, you might start here at Springwater, and then you're going to go through, and then AWZ is back there. There's Carlos from SVO, and there's just so much cool stuff to see. So let's go check it out. There's just a ton of dendrobiums going on. You got some phals. Some Paraphalaenopsis is super cool. You got some mounted stuff, and then just a whole bunch of other amazing, colorful things.
About 3 weeks. Were they all pretty much the same then too?
Yeah, they're very close.
Very close.
And then come through, talk to Alec from AWZ. Alec, if you can just chat real quick about some of the cool stuff you've got and maybe some of the plants you're most excited about.
Okay, I'm Alec from Brazil, and I brought all these plants from there. I grow them there. I do the whole process since pollinating until all the way to near blooming sized plants. And we are mainly into Cattleya and alliance breeding, like Cattleya, Lelias, Epidendrums, and Cyclias.
Yeah.
But we like all kinds of plants. And today I have a good crossing of Cattleya clandiae. They're blooming ceruleas. That's the Hawaiian strain crossed with the Brazilian.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So and they're blooming ceruleas. So it's better because plants tend to grow well because you have different blood.
Yeah.
On the crossing, it's not just selfing or siblings.
And I'll tell you what, I talked to Ben over at Orchid Eros, and he said you're his favorite person to buy from. So
really?
That's
good to hear.
That's really cool.
That's a compliment.
Yeah.
So another plant that we are trying to develop are the Cattleya amethystoglossas. And we have an interesting plant which is a very rare color form. It's rubra. It's very dark. I cannot capture the color when taking a photo, but that's amazing. The color is amazing.
Yeah.
And these are not here in the US yet. I think nobody has seen them.
I have not. I'm a huge fan of amethystoglossa and have not seen rubras in the US. So that's really cool.
Once they start blooming around, I think people will get crazy because they're really beautiful. The breeding in Cattleya amethystoglossa in Brazil is going very, very. It's developing a lot.
Yeah.
There has been very nice plants.
It seems like there's a lot of color forms, semi-albas, spotless, whites,
the yellows,
gold.
the aureas.
Yeah.
It's amazing. Another interesting thing is the Gutata cerulea. It's not very popular, this species, because it grows very tall and some people don't like it, but this is a very, very dark cerulea form. The lip is unusually dark.
Yeah, and some of these do get 4 or 5 feet tall, right?
Yes.
So you got to have some space.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. So, and we have others like the Bifrenaria verbonini. This is a rather new species. The flower stem is long.
Yeah.
And it's very beautiful. This plant we used was the plant used in the description of the species. So it's a division of the plant that was pressed and put it into a herbarium.
Did Mauricio find it?
No, it was found at a show, orchid show in São Paulo.
Okay.
And the guys immediately thought it was a new species. And they honored the Verbonini, which is Jorge Verbonini, Mauricio's father.
Okay.
Orchidário Binot. Binot.
I think he told me his nursery was started in the 1800s.
Yes, that's one of the oldest nurseries.
Very cool.
I think it's 3rd generation, 4th generation.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, we have curious things like Brassavola martiana from the Amazon. It's not very usual to see around. And our main line is the Cattleya unifoliate Cattleya. So I try to bring a little bit of everything, like Ludemaniana alba, Ludemaniana vinicolor, which is a wine color tone.
Mm-hmm.
It's unusual. Mendelii, Percivaliana, Triani. I cannot bring all, but I try to bring a sample of everything.
Absolutely.
So,
and actually, the one that I bought and I'm super excited for is the Amesiana.
Oh yes.
This is also a color variety that you cannot buy in the United States.
Exactly, and these plants have been blooming. The results of this cross is spectacular. Some plants they bloom, they all bloom Amesiana, but some bloom really, really, really nice.
I'm excited. Anybody who's not familiar with Violacea amesiana, there was a recent article in 2025 from AOS magazine describing all of the color forms. If you scroll down to the bottom of that, it's publicly available, and amesiana is at the bottom, right next to the color discussion, and it's so cool.
Yes, and for example, I noticed that with the ceruleas, they're very hard to grow. And this is also a different variety, but the plants are vigorous growers.
Okay.
Because when you cross two different plants, you get more vigorous growth. When you self-pollinate, they are usually harder to grow.
Yeah.
So this is basically what I have. Every time I come here, I try to bring something different. And maybe I'll come back in October.
Yeah.
For the fall show. I have to talk to the guys if they allow me to come.
I bet they will.
Yeah. So, and I also enjoy a lot here because I can talk to a lot of people. I see a lot of new things. It's great. It's great.
That's really cool. Amazing. And I appreciate you being able to talk to me and let everybody know about these incredible Brazilian Cattleyas. All right, so next is Sunset Valley Orchids. And it looks like Carlos is here. Hey, Carlos, do you have a quick second to tell me about what you've got today and maybe what you're most excited about?
Yeah, absolutely. So I'm pretty excited about these plants right here. Okay, so these are the new Walkerianas that we have. We have Cattleya Walkeriana semi-alba Tokyo #1 by itself. So that's really one of my favorites, but I'm really excited for this one. This is a plant from Brazil, and its cultivar name is Suprema. And we selfed it, and we bloomed about 15 out of like the 200 seedlings that we have. And we've had 2 flower cerulean. And you can actually see one of the first blooms right here. And it has pretty decent shape. It's nice and full, beautiful cerulean. Another one that I'm really excited for is this Mrs. Red right here, which is Cattleya bicolor by Laelia milleri.
Oh, I bet that's going to glow.
Yeah, it's going to be pretty rad.
Yeah. So were you expecting to see ceruleas from a selfing of Suprema? Or is that kind of a surprise?
That was a surprise.
Yeah.
You know, the first cerulean to bloom was definitely a surprise. And once we got the second bloom, that was cerulean. It was just like, what's going on here? So then it started, making us excited about, the possibilities with Suprema. And additionally, they're all flowering in, really young age. We have about 4 separate different iterations of Walkeriana right now on the website, at the nursery, I should say. And those are the first to bloom, and they've bloomed pretty good.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Sounds like you really won the lottery with that one.
I'm also really excited about these ones here. So these are kind of novelty, right? Because they're SLC and Potenara hybrids, but this is part of our new candy flared Cattleyas. So you'll end up with spotted flowers with beautiful flares. Some of them won't have the flaring, like these 2 are siblings, and then this is the same plant. But you can see in this plant right here, this one did not have flaring, but you can see how wide the petals are.
Yeah, they're monstrous.
Yeah, so those are some of my favorites.
Very cool. And then I noticed, am I seeing catasetums? Oh, there's a few over there, huh?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I just put them there this morning. I moved them yesterday evening because of the sun, but they're all right here. And our new catasetum list comes out in the summertime.
Very cool. Mm-hmm. Looks like they're all waking up and should be ready to water here in a month or 2.
Yeah. So we're pretty excited.
Very cool. Thank you.
Well, thank you.
So yesterday we had judging there, and then the auction was held there. And then walk down the path. And there's some Sarracenias for sale. from Frank. Main show orchids there. Orchivia there. Massive oak tree in the middle. And then most of the vendors, including Gold Country, Miranda Orchids, Blue Ridge, Orchid Eros, all kinds of folks. And here we have Blue Ridge Orchids and just one more orchid. Mike, can you tell me real quick some of the cool stuff that you've got? And like, are these your crosses? Like, what are you most excited about?
Sure. Well, we always try to bring a variety of things. There's some great lady slippers with a new hybrid that my friend John McEverett of Edward Orchids made. Just had a few plants awarded at the Asheville Orchid Festival 2 weeks ago. So we brought some of those down, and there's some compots down at the other end. A bunch of unbloomed seedlings available. Stuff grows like weeds. So those are really, really great award quality stuff for exhibits and shows. But this is getting into the stuff that I really, really enjoy.
This is crazy
this
colors.
Is our remake of Matuo King Bellina. We made a hybrid that is about to be registered as Blue Ridge Double Rainbow and Blue Ridge Reaper. All new stuff. New hybrids, new species, sibs and selfings and flasks. Bellina cerulean is something I'm incredibly excited about.
Yeah.
Really wonderful parents. They grow great. They did great in labs. So there's going to be a lot of real nice future stuff there if you like the blue color form of Bellina. So here this year, there's a lot of that. And then some new blue hybrids that I've made with parents that I think are superior and should provide some nicer, fuller flowers with that great indigo color. So that's what I'm excited about right now.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And you've got a bunch of age classes and compots. And
yeah, there's compots. There's new seedlings that have just came out of compots. That's typically what we look for out of a compot. And of course, starting here with flasks, lots of good babies in there. Those are loaded with plants. So we're really excited about the way this cross is going to grow. All indications are we're going to see a lot of wonderful things.
Super cool.
Yeah.
And I didn't know that you're doing some of these too.
Well, we grow Modipaths. They just grow so well. Like pound for pound, I probably grow those plants the best.
Mm-hmm.
I don't get frustrated with them. I always get great flowers, no trouble like with the complex.
Yeah.
I get too frustrated with those, and then multiflorals. I've always loved paths, but not really doing much or any breeding with those.
Okay.
And then down on the end, there's a group of really exciting new chisis from my friend and AOS judge out of Knoxville, Tennessee, Bob Heidzik. This is Chisis Golden Wonder.
Is that those blooming ones that are down there?
No, these are unbloomed seedlings. Big, strong seedlings.
Yeah.
So these came from Bob. He's a great friend, but a great judge and grower. And he's gotten into breeding. He loves chisis. So this is Golden Wonder. Probably going to see lots of bronze and gold colors. He's seen, I think, 3 or 4 plants bloom so far. And we've seen a couple of pictures, and they're not the bubblegum pink like the Maritza Bielecki, but they're more of where the bubblegum pink is. Now you've got just gold color.
Oh, wow.
It's really, really cool.
That's really cool.
So those are cool. So kudos to Bob for that cross.
Yeah. Very cool. Appreciate it.
For sure.
Natalia, just one more orchid.
Yes.
What do you have? What have you made, and what are you super stoked about?
I'm always trying to do something different, something new. I get lots of complaints about it because people want my old stuff. But so new pottery. This time I went a little bit into the kitchen. So some spoon rests, of course, with orchids.
Yep.
And of course, my daughter does ballet with nutcrackers.
Very cool.
I brought this time lots of my sculptures. Of course, pottery of all kinds. Today I'm probably down a good 50%.
Perfect.
Yesterday was a wonderful day.
Yeah.
I'm super excited if you want to see something.
Yeah.
Cool is this thing. You stay here. It moves.
Oh, it moves, huh?
Many people are asking me, how did I put them in there? That's a trade secret.
The best part is you can't kill them.
No, I hope that whole section up front is the orchids that you cannot kill.
Yeah.
No fertilizer, no AOS, I guess, as well. But they all are actually awarded. This one has a Wordle name. Look what I can do.
Very cool.
Yeah, so I'm very excited to be here. Krull-Smith, like nobody else, is super special. They treat us like celebrities. Frank and his team are absolutely mind-blowing hosts, and it's always nice to see people from all over the world. My subscribers, followers, thank you so much. You guys rock. And you too will love your channel. Subscribe to his channel. You're not going to regret it.
I appreciate it. And thanks for chatting. And I love that you've got some examples of how to use.
Yeah, because my
stuff.
ideas sometimes are a little crazy. So like these totems, you see, I got this, it's Talumnia of some kind. Can't see. How can Siana something? I believe from Main Shaw last November, was it? Yeah.
Okay.
And so you just attach it instead of piece of the wood.
And then
grows
it crawls
on it.
across it.
Yeah,
and
you can
takes
see
over.
the roots are, yeah.
It's starting to attach.
And in Florida, because wood, I love wood. I have actually some wood too for sale, but sun, rain, weather, hurricanes, they destroy it. So clay, if you don't bang it on the concrete.
And you can customize it.
Oh yeah. I'm trying not to customize too much because if anything, that would all look like this.
Yeah.
You know? But yeah.
Which is also super cool.
Yeah, this one actually has a story if we have a second.
Yeah.
My daughter, Martha, YouTube knows her really well, made this 8 years ago.
Okay, 8 years ago.
And I kept walking by it, I was so proud. She was like 3.
Yeah, I was going to say, she's...
And then I'm like, one day I walked by and then I stopped. Oh, okay. So I made this one.
Huh, cool.
But there's Martha's very, very heavy order not to sell it. I asked her, how about $1 million? She said, okay.
Display only, unless...
$1 million.
Yeah.
So, if there's a taker, you don't ask, you don't get, right? Yeah, so...
Very cool. Well, I appreciate it.
Thank you so much for stopping by. We
Yeah,
love
I hope you sell out today and everything.
Well, be a part of it. Come here and buy something.
Yeah, absolutely.
And you guys come on over. You still have one day. It's incredible. Just for display alone. It's, oh my God, mind-blowing. It will not, it's an Oscar of orchids happening here. We got 200 pointers yesterday.
Two 100-point awards. Yeah.
It's the first time in the history, right?
Yes,
so
as far as I know.
Do you need another reason to come here? They're all on display.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Cool, thanks. Francisco, can you tell me a little bit about what you've got and what you're excited about?
Well, essentially, this is a Cutler intermediate blooming season.
Yeah.
The season actually is a little bit late this year because of the longer cold winter we had in Florida, for Florida standards, of course. And so the plants are about 1 month late in terms of flowering. So we're getting all the intermediates in flower now. Many of my plants are still in buds.
I see some over there and some over there.
There are some seedling batches from Orlatas and Tipos. It's interesting because I was able to bring the parents of the Tipos.
Oh,
no, this one here is actually the parent of one of the parents of the Tipo batch that we have. It's an old plant, but it's one of these breakthrough plants for us here in Brazil. That seedling batch produces lots of good stuff.
Okay.
So it crossed that with the one that got an FCC. I mean, got an FCC 2 years ago,
That's
but
right.
when it crossed it 10 years ago, of course, was not awarded.
Yeah.
But now we have the seedling batches of these, and they're just starting to bloom now. The quality is pretty much like the parents or better, which we are happy. And for the Orlatas, the 2 Orlatas you have here are both, they came from the same seedling batch we made also 8 years ago.
And that's this one over here?
Yeah, this one is the first blooming seedling.
Oh, wow. That's a stunner.
The flower is still small.
Yeah.
I would say that better grown the plant, it can produce up to 3, 4, 5 flowers. Probably 1 inch bigger in terms of size.
As the plants get bigger,
in Brazil, the grower said that you have to make the plants get really big.
Yeah.
So they can actually
Perform
to its best.
What's this one?
Well, this one here is a Queen Infinite color. I brought it just to show the color because this has a very intense color.
Yeah.
Actually, it's open for about a week now. Usually color on these color forms, they open very intense and they tend to fade. This one faded a bit, but not enough to detract from how deep colored it is.
Yeah.
It's a fantastic flower color-wise.
Yeah.
Shape-wise, it's no big deal. So what we do from that point on is cross this with another Queen Infinite color with better shape. They're probably not going to have the same intense color, and then I'm going to have a lot of stuff to play with.
Then you select the best ones, and
Oh yeah, we have to select for the features you want. And in that particular case, color and shape.
yeah.
So yes, you're going to produce probably some with very dark colors and good shape, and some with very bad color and bad shape.
Well, speaking
That
of
always
good
happens.
color and good shape, I see this incredible
Yeah.
Rubra Walkeriana.
Yeah, this is a very nice Walkeriana.
Only one left.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that a lot of people equally thought that this is a very nice
Yeah.
Walkeriana. So they're pretty much all gone. But actually, the Flemish too, those pelorics, they started appearing. I saw the first one in Kaliman like 10, 12 years ago.
Okay.
And from that point on, everybody in Brazil is producing those plants too. So now it's the offspring is pretty much guaranteed to produce those.
So
pelorics.
the latest and greatest Brazilian breeding is right here in
Well,
Apopka.
I mean, I try when I go to Brazil, I try to get up to date with what people are doing.
Yeah.
So there are a few things I still couldn't get to the top quality, like vinicolors, for example. I got vinicolors, but not the real top vinicolors.
Yeah.
But ceruleas, for example, I've been getting ceruleas from the best growers in Brazil for some time now. So I pretty much have quality that is on par with the average high quality in Brazil now. Of course, there are still some plants that you can't get.
Yeah. Yeah.
But we'll get there eventually.
Very cool.
And the same thing for other things. Granulosas, we like growing cattleys. Cattleys grow very well for us. Our nursery is basically dialed up to grow cattleys.
Yeah.
In terms of light and temperature, etc. So we try to get as much.
It's a near bloom seedling, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, we haven't bloomed any of those yet.
Maybe next year.
Next year we're probably going to bloom them all because some of them are starting coming with sheath. But again, because I put it after the last hurricane, I have to put some extra shade cloth. So that section of the greenhouse is a little bit shady.
Okay.
So you see that the new growths are kind of elongated and they're not very strong. And the thing is that they're just finishing growing now.
Yeah.
So those that, like some of the Schillerianas too. Schillerianas are coming with sheath, but it's too late to flower this year.
Yeah.
So they're probably going to flower next year.
But you've got ceruleas, you've got
There's
rubras,
semi-albas,
and an alba in the back.
Oh no, it's not a real alba. It's an albescence. It's kind of a slight pink tint on the lip. So I try to get all the different things that I get, the highest quality that we can get.
Yeah. We were talking about this lobata last night.
Oh, that lobata is an interesting story because, excuse me, everybody writes the name here with Christina with an H.
Yeah, yep.
Because it's the way it's pronounced here. But I keep correcting people. It's a CR because Christina is in Portuguese.
And if Christina was around, would she be right
yeah,
there?
That's Christina here. She's the one that actually found the plant.
You said there's only 3 of those ceruleas that were ever found.
I remember there are 3 ceruleas that were found in the wild.
Yeah.
This was the last one to be found. And this one is the one with the best shape.
Yeah.
It's not the more intense color. The first one that I found, I think, was Paulo Hoppe. I'm not sure if this was the original plant or came from the original batch of the first one found. It has a lighter sepals and petals, but a darker lip. But the shape is not as good as that one.
Okay.
And then I have another one that I still have the vision. It's I can't remember this one. I got it from an old grower in Brazil. Yes, Juvenal Laranja. It's a very dark cerulea.
Okay.
It's kind of a mottled pattern on the petals. And then nothing was done with that plant ever that I know.
Yeah.
So, all about the ceruleas that I have these days in the AOS came from that plant. That was Mary cloned by H&R.
Yeah.
And that's a long story about how they got the plant, but I'll be happy to talk about it later on. It's a long story. But anyway, so this is a selfing we remade the selfing with the original plant.
Okay.
Because what is happening today, Roy made selfings, Roy made Mary clones.
Mm-hmm.
But now people are selfing the clones because nobody has original plants.
Yeah, except for you.
Yeah, Roy might still have it. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
But yes, we have the original plant, so we keep selfing it every time we can.
And it looks
that's a way to make sure that there are not too much deformation. I mean, after keeping selfing Mary clones, you start getting some
issues.
over there.
Yeah.
You can have some issues. So the safest thing is to self the original.
It looks like you've got a bunch of purpurata.
I don't have that many purpuratas left. These are kind of the top quality purpuratas in South Brazil. This is crossings like available 3-4 years ago. So I would say the seedlings are still on par with the best in Brazil.
Yeah.
Because they came from the same best growers in Brazil very recently. So
some of my favorites as
yeah,
well.
because I love those things. I always go to natural habitats to photograph these things and film them in the wild. The colors vary so much. I mean, they're just so bright colors.
And the colors and the shapes, they're always kind of starry, but some have tall spikes, some are very short.
Cinnabarinas can have flowers up to 4 inches across. Some of the areas that get cinnabarinas are big flowers, tall spikes.
And just intensely colored.
Yeah. And then, of course, you have the Millerites, which go from orange to red. And then I have all the others, I mean, all the different colors.
Very cool.
Very nice. And they're very easy plants to grow. And they have another thing. They have very short rhizomes.
Yeah.
Which means they can stay in small pots almost forever.
Yeah.
They don't take much space. They don't crawl around like Walkerianas that try to run out of the pots.
And these are blooming size, huh?
Oh, yeah, they're all blooming size.
Yeah.
Some of them actually bloom. You see some old flower spikes in some of them.
Yep. Very cool. Well, thank you. Appreciate it.
Oh, pleasure. Just, I mean, other things like different colors Agapetalum.
Yeah.
Usually.
Rubro tenebrosa.
Yeah, the tenebrosa. Yeah, this is like a picture I got. I mean, it's not from the batch. I haven't flowered any of those yet. So we'll see what comes from there.
Awesome. Thank you.
Welcome.
Appreciate it.
Pleasure.
Yeah. Check out Bredren Orchids. Got lots of stuff. Got some phals over here, whole wall of them. Some cattleyas, maxillarias. Just a whole mixture of cool stuff.
So I'm Phillip Hamilton with Bredren Orchids. We specialize somewhat in novelty phals is one of the main things that we do. So we do a lot of novelty phal breeding, but then we also mess around with the Encyclias, Schomburger types, Broadtonia stuff.
Got a pretty good selection of all kinds of stuff.
Really, anything that I find that I think is pretty cool, I mess with. So we look at try to focus on things that are different. So we work on some species stuff. So we have things like Thecopus mangii, which you don't see very often.
Yeah, can you tell me a little bit about that? I don't know that I know that one at all.
So in the Cymbidium family, right, and little compact growing species from Southeast Asia flowers at this time of the year. There are two species that look almost identical. The only difference between the two is one has these little claws behind the petals and one doesn't. That's the only difference that I can tell.
Really
Other than that,
cool.
they look identical.
How do you grow them?
I grow them sort of in the brighter part of my phal house. And just, you can either do them in moss or you can do them in bark, but just water them more often in the bark. Don't let them dry for too long.
Can I see that tag? Sure. All right. That's a totally new genus to me. Super cool.
So, but other than that, we have a lot of the Broadtonia species that we work with. We don't necessarily have them all the time because as soon as especially the hard to find ones, as soon as we put them up on the website, they disappear. But that's Negrolensis from Jamaica. Only found in Jamaica, very, very small area on the west coast of the island, and unfortunately that's the habitat that got nailed by the hurricane also. So the habitat for that is
it's
pretty much been wiped out.
Wow.
We do some of the stuff that we're doing like in the Broadtonias, and then we're also messing around with some of the antelope type dendrobes.
Okay.
And this sort of builds on some of the stuff that my dad's been doing.
Yeah.
So at the auction last night, we released the very first 4-inch plant. It's the only one in a 4-inch that we're going to release. But we have this hybrid, which we just released at this show, and that's Dendrobium Kirkland-Nixon FCC AOS. That was also the Merit Huntington Award winner for 2018. So the best of the best FCCs for that year.
And that was at the auction yesterday?
Yeah.
That was okay. I saw that.
A little bit larger plant in the auction yesterday.
I love this one.
Yes. Uh, Again, that's something, and I got some just because I really love that thing, and that's kind of how I work. At one, it has to grow well and flower for me here, and then two, it's got to be something that I like.
And this is a cross of Violacea and Nobilior, right?
Yeah, primary.
Yeah.
No, that is Americlone.
Oh, Americlone, okay.
So that one is Americlone, but they're all. I mean, they grow really, really nice. Very, very compact and already flowering, as you can see.
And I watched Alan Koch grab one yesterday, so if he's excited about it, I think everybody else should be too.
Yeah. So we have the Americlone on the Nobly type, and then building on some of my dad's breeding, we have a different hybrid of his that we got an FCC on also, which is this plant here. And we've done 2 hybrids with that, and those have just been released also. So we have that coming out. Those will be coming to the website shortly.
Very cool.
They're not even on the website yet. What else do we have? And then, again, back onto the Brotonia breeding. That's my dad's hybrid. And then this is in the some stuff. I like Rojo. So we've been using some breeding with Brojo, and this is one of our newest hybrids here. That's Rojo onto one of my own hybrids, which is Bredren's Firewalker, which has Arantiaca and Trick or Treat in the background there.
And a bunch of awarded parents.
Yeah.
What's this monster?
So that is in one of the things that we've become known for. So that's Phalaenopsis mukchoyu.
Mm-hmm.
So we did a Grex that has mukchoyu is Gigantea times Violacea. So we did a Grex. We bred that maybe 12 years ago now. That featured a nice Gigantea, but more importantly, an Indigo Violacea, one of our awarded Indigo Violaceas. Knowing that we weren't going to be producing any Ceruleas here, but the potential for this to then breed Ceruleas was intriguing. And at the time, there was nothing like that available for breeding.
Okay.
Blue Violacea, Gigantea types.
Gotcha.
So we weren't really looking for awards on these, but we showed some a few years ago, and we picked up a couple FCCs and a couple AMs, and then we showed some again last year and got a couple more FCCs and a couple more AMs and then the AQ on that.
Not too bad for someone who's not looking for awards.
So that's from the AQ group, that Grex.
Yeah.
And then one of those went to the auction last night again also.
Yeah, I saw that. Very cool.
So,
well,
always looking for funky species, and then we're just building on some of the Brassavola and the Brotonia and the Myrmecophila type breeding that my dad has been doing. So this is one of our hybrids here. Those are 2 of the very first ones that we flowered that got AMs as first bloom seedlings.
Wow.
So, but I love breeding hybrids that produce lots of different potential for lots of different colors.
Yeah.
So that photo there kind of highlights that. That's 2 siblings.
That's Calypso, Bredren's Calypso.
Yeah. And we're almost sold out of those. We're down to the last of the crop on those, but those have been on the website for a while.
Cool. And then 1 or 2 fowls.
A few fowls.
Yeah.
So that's our hybrid there that got a cultural award last night.
Oh wow!
Congrats. We made that several years ago. We're working on the black form of Maniais.
Mm-hmm.
We already have a Grex of the black form that we have an AQ on. This particular strain is from Taiwan, and a couple of them have flowered really dark. So we're going to be taking a couple of those to go onto my black strain. And I always like to try and find new genetics to bring back into my line.
Yeah.
Just to reinforce vigor, because my black line is very, very vigorous, but not quite as dark as some of these have been. So, but that's my breeding on Tetraspis. Tetraspis is my favorite species, and tiny plants in 3-inch pots. They already have 2, 3, 4, 5 spikes.
Yeah.
So.
And those spikes keep blooming over and over and over again.
Correct. And then I breed with Tetraspis also, so that's my hybrid there. Remake of Jennifer Palermo, and then that's another hybrid that I've used with Tetraspis there also. So.
Very cool. Well, appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you for having us.
Yeah. And I'm going to come over to Lourens Grobler at Afri Orchids. While there's no one in here right now. Lourens,
hey,
Hi, I am Lourens Grobler from Afri Orchids in South Africa, and this is my fifth time here at the Krull-Smith Festival, which is awesome. Yeah, so we grow like 3,000 or 4,000 different kind of orchids, mostly species, but we do a few hybrids, and we grow orchids from Africa, but we also do some exotics from Asia and the South Americas. So things that grow easily in subtropical climate, very much like Florida. So the dendrobiums do well. We grow some of the cooler growing ones like Dendrobium lowesi. We grow the more subtropical ones, seasonal ones like a marbile, and then we have some of the amazing South African orchids like this is.
And when I think of Afri orchids, I'm thinking of this type of thing. Yeah. But it's cool that you have all these other ones too. I didn't realize that.
Yeah. So the other side was all the African orchids. So they went first. So pretty much sold out on most of the African things.
That is awesome. It sucks for everybody watching who wants some, but it's good for you. I'm glad.
Yeah. So there's still a few mounted ones.
Yeah.
But so the most African ones are white. And lots of them are miniatures, which are perfect for like windowsill culture or terrarium culture.
And I've bought a bunch from you over the years, and they're doing great.
Yeah. So, and the nice thing about the African orchids is they've got a magnificent scent at night.
Yep.
Often like jasmine that attracts moths. And put them on the mount, water them every day. They are super easy to grow if you understand that you cannot overwater them when they mount it.
Yeah.
So it's pretty easy that way.
And I love how they just ramble across these cork mounts and
then cork is a good mount choice because it doesn't break down and it lasts forever. So, and I don't use any moss behind. Many people use moss, but if you can water every day, you don't need to use moss to retain more moisture.
I've seen some of your videos too of your grow space, and it's just a wall of these things, and it's just a wall of roots.
Yeah,
and it looks, when it's all in bloom, it looks so cool. One day I'd love to get out there and visit.
You're most welcome to. We're lucky with the climate that in winter our minimum is like, sometimes we go down to 30, but most winters it's like 35 or 40 Fahrenheit. And in summer, and in winter we don't get rain, so that's nice. And the days in winter will go up to 75 Fahrenheit.
Okay.
So wonderful mild climate. And then in summer it will go up to, let's say, 95 with rain and humidity. So it's an easy place to grow most orchids, and most of our orchids are grown on the shade net.
Okay.
So I don't have to heat or cool or anything.
So those are the sort of ideal conditions for these ones that you're selling.
All
basically
the orchids,
everything.
All the orchids we have here are grown on the shade net.
Okay.
Yeah. So we like to think that they're grown hard. So they are used to extremes. So that they go better for our customers. Yeah.
So there's what they can handle, and then there's a sweet spot in the middle, which is where you are.
Yeah.
Awesome. Appreciate it.
Thank you. Anytime.
All right, so we're here at Gold Country Orchids with Alan Koch. What are you selling, and what are you excited about? What's some of your favorite things out here?
My favorite things are the miniatures, miniature cattleyas, miniature species. I love to make the miniatures because they bloom more often and the flowers last a little longer and usually brighter colors.
Yeah, takes up less space too.
Exactly. I ran out of room long ago back in the 70s in my greenhouse. And so I went down to miniatures and I could fit more in and was more enjoyable. And they're a lot easier to repot than big standard cattleyas.
For sure. Well, what are some of the ones that you're talking about here?
Well, one of my favorites is like the Gulf Shore Beauty hybrids with key lime stars. Key lime stars was a plant developed by H&R Nurseries, but from plants that I'd given to them. So plants that I was too stupid to breed. And they have starry flowers, but they bloom more than once a year, and the color contrast between the green and the plum lip. Miniature species like Renanthera monachica, this plant's bloomed almost 15 times.
Wow. So that's a monster plant, and it's still way less than a foot tall.
I mean, look at that. It doesn't take up any space at all.
Yeah.
But puts on a good show.
Absolutely.
But yeah, the miniatures are my thing. Like this one here, which unfortunately, the wind yesterday beat the heck out of it.
It was windy, yeah.
But on a mature plant, the plant's only going to be 8 inches, but it'll have 6 to 8 flowers on an inflorescence.
Wow.
So yeah, those are my things.
And it's like small one after small one after small one with bright colors.
Yep, exactly. So I have fun. Like the miniature Vandas. I mean, everybody in Florida thinks Vanda's great big.
Mm-hmm. That's definitely miniature. It's as small as it gets, huh?
That's it. But yeah, those are some of the fun things. Just enjoy it.
Tell me about this bulbo here, Lilacinum bicarianum.
It's what we call a rat tail bulbophyllum. That red is the rachis, and they're lined with individual flowers on it. And it blooms twice a year. That's a full-size plant, but the rachis can get up to 6 inches long.
Okay.
So big rachis, but tiny flowers on it.
Yeah.
The flowers are only 1/4 of an inch.
It's almost like a pine cone that's actually a pile of flowers.
Exactly.
Is it stinky?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
It's one of the stinky ones because it's pollinated by flies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I see you've got some phals and some other things as well, some tolumnia.
Yeah, tolumnias, phals, orangus. This is little tiny flowers, but I just kind of like the miniatures.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry, some little kid lost something here.
Uh-oh. They'll come back.
Yeah.
And the tolumnia variegata is not one. I feel like the tolumnias are sort of underrepresented in a lot of collections, and they're not easy to find.
No, they aren't anymore, and they used to be very common
They
back
used to
in
be.
the 80s. But
yeah.
The breeders went away, and this is a great species from, the Dominican Republic and down in the islands. And I've got plants of it that are 1 foot by 1 foot and carrying over 200 flower spikes.
Okay.
And I bring them like this and tell the people, just throw it in a basket, forget about it, and it'll grow without any media.
Yeah. That sounds like carefree growing.
It is. It's such an easy plant to grow. Its only condition is that it wants to dry well between watering.
Okay.
Because it's a twig epiphyte growing out on the ends of the limbs, and so the wind, just dries it out quickly.
What kind of light do you grow them in?
Oh, probably a low to intermediate light.
I've seen people try and blast them with too much light, and I think that's probably a bad idea because they don't grow that bright in the wild, right?
Right, that's correct. I mean, they're under a canopy of leaves.
Mm-hmm. At the end of a small twig.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. So, but it's a great plant for down here.
Well, I really appreciate you talking to me and getting to see some of your cool stuff.
Oh, my pleasure. I always love talking about orchids.
Yeah. Thank you.
You're welcome. Take
Good to
care.
see you. Yep. So, I just happened to walk in at the same time that Ben did, and he's back from receiving this incredible award, the Norito Hasegawa Award for Excellence in Hybridizing for Cattleyas, of course. Ben, tell us about this. This is really cool.
Yeah, I think this is the major honor to get from the AOS. Yeah, kind of don't know what to say. It's something that usually is a lifetime achievement. Hopefully, I've still got some life left in me for another 30 years of breeding.
Absolutely.
The coolest part of this piece of artwork that was created as the trophy is done by a renowned artist. He's got work in the Smithsonian. He took one of my Cattleya hybrids and made a custom piece of artwork for me. So
that's stunning.
This is a flower I'll never kill, luckily.
Yeah, absolutely. Man, so what is that hybrid?
This is a hybrid called Harriet Brickle. This is a bicolor hybrid. So bicolor crossed with a large standard purple cat. And it gives you yellows, oranges, purples, reds, the whole spectrum, which is why I do these weird things, because no two plants are alike. I think I kept 40 of these out of the batch that I created. I thought it was my best hybrid ever. And the fact that he chose that to make this piece of art without really knowing it's my favorite hybrid ever is just awesome.
That is really cool. Dude, you look so stoked.
Stoked, man, for sure.
That's awesome. Well, what are you selling today? What else are you stoked about that's alive?
Well, everything I sell is my own hybrid, so that's why I'm excited to be in this world. Is I create things that have never been done or do old things in new ways. I think breeding and growing orchids is something we can do till the day we die, so it's the best job in the world to have.
Yeah.
So I brought a lot of my own breeding. I'm sold out to 75% of it on Saturday mornings. It's going to be an easy weekend. And but the stuff that I produce is exclusive to me. You may be able to buy it from a few other vendors that buy wholesale, but if it's mine, it's mine.
And the cool thing is, like you said, is that it's mostly gone because people are excited to buy these from Norito Hasegawa award winner. Like this is so cool.
Absolutely.
Can you tell me a little bit about your Dowianas too? Because hopefully you and I are going to talk about Dowiana culture soon.
Oh yeah.
But what's up with these crosses?
I think I'm on my 4th generation of Dowiana breeding.
Yeah.
Most of it originated from plants I got from Carter and Holmes when I lived in the Southeast, and I've been line breeding those, plus throwing in some other genes so I can have outcrosses that are more vigorous rather than just inbreeding. I think I've got 3 FCCs to Dowiana now, a multitude of AMs. And a big part of that is knowing how to grow them. The better something's grown, the better the flower is going to be. So,
and then starting with these genetics, I mean.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm throwing in new genes from things that I've gotten from like the best breeders in Colombia. So getting more yellows in the lip. Plants that I've found grow a little easier than the common Dowianas just because I've been outcrossing. That makes a big difference.
I think all of us growers are excited for easier Dowianas that are more colorful. That's really cool.
Yep, and I'm going to do another session with my man here and teach you how I grow them, because I've learned not to kill Dowianas, and that's the hardest thing to do.
That is an achievement of its own.
Yep, absolutely.
And what about the Violaceas you have over here?
And Violacea is another thing that I have killed enough of to learn how to not kill as many. It's still challenging for somebody that grows in a cool environment. But line breeding, outcrossing, I've got a multitude of AMs and FCCs to these as well. And just trying to make improvements for more awards and for the public to get their awards too.
Yeah, and ease of growing.
For sure. Schilleriana, my second favorite species of Cattleya.
What's your first?
First is Cattleya bicolor.
Okay.
I like them weird.
Yeah. And intensely fragrant.
Yep, very fragrant. I like things that are difficult to grow too, which is why I choose a lot of the species that become my favorites. The challenge is part of the fun, and then once I dial it in, it really makes me feel a lot better about mastery of growing orchids.
Heck yeah. And some of these other ones that
Walkerianas, I'm bringing in the best genes from Brazil, so it's cutting edge stuff that you won't see Walkerianas in the U.S. like what I picked up 6 years ago. So they're here now. You just have to grow them up and bloom them out.
Yeah. And I know a lot of people consider Walkeriana hard. They grow great in Texas, but
a lot of these things that are difficult to grow, it's really just we love them to death. So if you neglect your plants, dry them out, they're going to be a lot more forgiving and happier in the long run.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I mean, there's not a whole lot left, so that's awesome. And hopefully tomorrow these will all be gone.
Hopefully today.
Hopefully today.
Then go fishing tomorrow.
That's right.
All right.
Thanks, Ben.
Thank you, Steven.
Good chat. All right. Dude, congrats again. That's awesome.
Thanks, dude.